This is Marcus Whitney's audio universe.
Like, you gotta do the work. You gotta show up and just do the work.
All right, I had some technical difficulties, but we got it figured out. And that's my first glitch like that. But anyway, I was saying I have an incredible guest today. I'm super excited to have her on the show. She has built an incredible community online. She has built the business that so many people out there are looking for right now. They're trying to figure out what they can do to support Black businesses. You're about to find out exactly what you can do because I've got the one and only Danielle McGee on the call with me today. Danielle, how are you?
I am fantastic. Marcus, how are you?
I'm great. There you are. You look great. It was all my fault. Sorry for the glitch there, but I appreciate you you hanging in there. So, Danielle, just as a starter, you know, I found out about you from various people that are in the Black business scene here in Nashville. They were like, "Hey, have you checked out this Facebook group? Hey, have you checked out this Facebook group?" And normally when people say that, you know, you go in and you see like 400 people, 500 people. You know what I'm saying? When I entered the group, there were already like 15,000 people, you know, in the group, and I was like, okay. Note to self, I have totally like missed what is going on here. And then I've just been lurking. I haven't been posting a lot in the group, but the level of engagement that you have is incredible. You're a fantastic online community manager. You know, you're more of a pro at this live stream stuff than me. You're live all the time, engaging your community, finding ways to support them. You know, before we even get into the Facebook community, just where did you get this passion for supporting entrepreneurs? It's a passion of mine, and I want to know your backstory on that.
Well, the passion came out of pain, I'll say. You know, I had a brick and mortar spa in Chicago for about 5 years. It was a struggle, you know, just getting up and going. We went through a lot of red tape type of situations. We
Oh boy.
Now we can't do, we can't do the massages, and then we have to figure out how do we get the word out about the business. And it was just such a struggle. And I thought because I had an MBA, I could run a business. Okay. And I figured out quickly that is not the same.
Yeah, they're not the same. They're not the same. Now, when you went to get your MBA, did you think like that was the prerequisite to being able to run a business? Was that what was in your head?
No, and I kind of just felt like, you know, that's what you do. Okay. It was kind of I got my bachelor's and I've been working, but if I want to take my career to the next level, I'm going to have to go back to school.
Okay.
And
Got it.
But, you know, you go through all these finance classes and all these things. So you really think that you know business.
Yeah.
But starting a business and working for someone else's business are two completely different things. Completely. And again, it was just a lot of struggle and I learned a whole lot, but, you know, there were some pain points there as well. And so I just felt like it was important for me to help others not experience some of the things that I experienced. Yep. And to, you know, educate people as much as possible.
I can relate to that. So how did you get the confidence to actually do that, to step out of simply operating your own business in this pain point, but to actually step out there and start to use your voice and start to organize people and start to find best practices, resources, and share them? What was the motivation for that?
It was really, at first I was like, well, let me put it out there and see if people actually want this, you know, and people embraced it so quickly that I felt like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know, and it all just came together so seamlessly and easily that I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I've been searching for. And I'll tell you, I've had the spa, I had a personal chef business, I've had other ventures, and nothing ever felt like my passion. And I was honestly really jealous of those that cooked or did nails or did hair or knew what their passion was, because I could never identify mine. Yep. And then once it clicked, it just clicked. And I was like, this is it. This is what I'm passionate about. And the community needs it and wants it.
Awesome. So talk about the group.
The group started. So I've been in Nashville 4 years now, and I moved
hold on.
here.
Can I just say that is incredible. Congratulations for only being here 4 years and making such a massive impact. So many people that have come. I've been here 20 years, and there's so many people that have come in the last 5 years. And Nashville had already had that It City thing going. Mm-hmm. I've met so many people over the last 5 years who have moved in and said they've found it hard to find their space, to find their people. I mean,
well, that's why the group started, because it was hard.
Yeah.
And I moved here not knowing anyone. I didn't go to school here or anything like that. I knew zero people.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm coming from Chicago. I'm used to being able to go out whenever I want to, find Black people whenever I want to.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is there to do here? And nobody could really tell me. And so I started to just Google and try to find Black culture here in Nashville. And I found that there was a lot, but a lot of people didn't know about it. So I created the group as a way to really bring together that Black culture, inform people about Black events. And then it just kind of transitioned into a lot more with supporting Black-owned businesses, talking about Black issues, so it's just become everything Black in Nashville.
Yeah.
And I think it's because so many people needed it.
Right.
And so the space kind of just cultivated itself to be what the Black people in Nashville needed.
Now, why did you move here?
I took a job here. Okay. I work in healthcare. Okay. And so I actually, I was just ready to get out of Chicago. And so I had been offered a job here in Tampa and in Tampa, Florida. And I chose Nashville just because I felt like, they have TSU there. I was like, that sounds like a fun place to be. I had only been here for like a half day ever in life. Yeah. So, but it was closer to home and I felt like there would be Black culture here. So that's why I just up and left and surprised everybody and was like, I'm going to Nashville.
Yeah.
Out of the blue.
Okay. And the name of the group is?
Black People Making Moves, Nashville.
Awesome. So as I've been watching everything transpire over the last couple of weeks, one thing that's been great is to see you being very, very visible throughout everything, right? So you were visible and you were recording live. And I think you were one of the most helpful early voices I had when the protests were super peaceful. You know what I mean? Everyone had a great day. It was a nice day. It was fantastic. And then obviously we had the events that transpired that night. And, I went on Facebook and I got a notification from you that you were live, and it was great because you were there. The news was saying one thing and you were there to say, look, we were there. Everybody who actually was really there to protest was there peacefully. It was fantastic. I don't know what's going on with this other thing. And, for me, it was just like, it was a face I recognized, I trusted, and it was really helpful. So, I'm thankful that you've been so engaged in this part of it as well, not just the business side of it.
Yeah, and it becomes a struggle a lot of times with kind of figuring out where my lane is. Do I talk about these things? And I think, me and my boyfriend were talking this week about leaders and the need for leaders, and do we need one leader? And I was kind of like, I feel like we need several leaders, but everyone needs their lane, right? Yeah. And so I was like, my lane is supporting Black-owned businesses and getting others to do that. And I try to stick in that lane. But when there are other issues that are important to the community, I feel like I have to step up and be a voice at that point as well. So even with the tornado, I was like live first thing in the morning, like, okay, we got to raise money. We getting out here. We're doing this,
I remember
because someone has to kind of step up and do those things. But with the protests, again, I feel like, at the forefront is, of course, police brutality, but it really ties into so many things that involve Black people, including the support of Black-owned businesses. So while I try to stay in my lane, I feel like this is also my lane as well.
I would agree. I think, I kind of feel like, I was telling you before the show came on that I recently posted something about the healthcare industry here in Nashville, and I agree. It's like, for me, I feel like I have a lane. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to stay in my lane, and at the same time, Sunday morning, I was just sitting there, and it just felt like this obligation, like I know these things to be true, and I have this position, and if I don't say something, you know what I mean, it runs the risk of it not being said, which could be really, really dangerous. You know what I mean? Like if we really want to make progress in this moment in time, I agree with you. I think we need multiple leaders. I think people need to know their lanes, but each one of us has to be willing to kind of step up in those moments, right?
Absolutely. I think that, I've been called an influencer so many times. I've won awards for being an influencer. It's been something that I never wanted to be. I just wanted to run my business. And it happened. And so the most important thing for me in claiming to be an influencer is to use my influence for good and to help other people. It's not about shine for Danielle. I'm not one of these people who's running around here doing photo shoots all the time. And,
I understand.
I want to use my influence to help people advance Black-owned businesses and just truly whatever I can do to help the community. It's not just about getting shine for me.
I understand. And to that end, you've now launched on top of the group, you have an actual business, Black Business Boom. And is it blackbusinessboom.com?
It is.
It is. Okay, great. Blackbusinessboom.com. Talk about that, because that feels so timely. I mean, the number of people that are reaching out asking me, hey, do you know a Black butcher? Do you know a Black bookstore? Do you know a Black, you know what I mean? Like, and you're right. Like if they don't know the directory, they don't know where to go, then it gets hard, and they're just asking their Black friends or their Black coworkers, and not to say like this is a good thing, right? This is a good thing. We're getting
we'll
people.
Take it.
We're getting people understanding that part of justice is economic, and part of that is, oh wow, all the biases where I didn't spend money with Black people and I really need to. Like that's part of how Black neighborhoods and Black communities get strong. Is like through Black economics. So I gave you a big intro, but talk about Black Businesses Boom.
So I started Black Business Boom in October of 2018. So we're going on 2 years now. And again, I started with it wanting to be the Groupon for Black-owned businesses. And that's what I called myself creating. A lot of people wanted it to be a directory. But I wanted to focus on using coupons and digital marketing to grow Black-owned businesses. Even more now, it's wanting to bridge the digital marketing divide with Black-owned businesses. I feel like you hear a lot of, okay, you don't support Black-owned businesses and all those types, but do people even know about your business? Right. What is your online presence like?
That's right.
So I feel like that's where I truly want to help. So we launched the Boomin' app last year. It has coupons for Black-owned businesses. We've built out that platform to include online reputation management, a testimonial collector, and a lot of other things on our customer engagement platform that we have now. But then also here in Nashville, I did launch a directory because, again, everybody wanted Black Business Boom to be a directory, but every business is not going to be on Black Business Boom, just like every business isn't on Groupon.
Yeah, understand. Yep.
I did launch Black-owned Nashville last week because people wanted a directory, and it now has close to 800 businesses on it.
Wow,
so
Black-owned Nashville.
I have been doing the work for months and collecting this data on Black-owned businesses. And last week I just said, I'm going to take 3 days and sit down and I'm going to push out this directory because everybody is asking for it. So blackownednashville.com is now live. The app has been submitted to the App Store. So I'm hoping to launch the app officially on Juneteenth. That's my goal.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah. So everybody go right now to blackownednashville.com. Okay, that's the directory. I have a bunch of people I'm going to send that link to.
Please do. And you can list the business for free. Our bronze level is free. I'm hoping that people will do a silver or gold level, which is $2.99 and $9.99. But because it takes money to run.
But we're talking about nothing, right? I mean, like, it's almost like, I mean, I I don't even know that I need to have my business listed there, but like I just need to like be donating every month, like, you know, just because like this is a community utility. It's
and that's what I was telling people. It costs money to run the site.
I
you know,
understand.
it costs time to run the site.
I understand.
So while I didn't do it as like a revenue generator, I did it for the community. It does take money to run it. You know? So and
hold on a second.
The upgraded packages get you a lot more shine. So
well, look, if you love it, I mean, I would just, you know, we hadn't talked about this before, but I just want to say things like this that are important to be sustained, it is totally fine if you make money. You know, I can tell you're a very humble person and you're very mission oriented and you're doing this because you see a need and you don't want anyone to mistake you wanting to fill the need for you wanting to get some shine. I get that part. But there's nothing wrong with you making money, to me.
It's always a struggle for me, you know, and I've shot myself in the foot a lot because of, you know, me just being like, I just want to help, you know. Then I'm like, but I also want to quit my job.
What happens to you when you're overwhelmed and, you know, you're doing this and this is the side hustle? It's like, you know, this should be, this to me feels like a no-brainer. You know, this is a no-brainer. We should be figuring out exactly how to make sure you have enough to where you don't have to constantly campaign to people. This costs money to operate, right? You know, I have a website of all my content. It's got like 300 posts. I know how much time it takes to add 300 pages to a website, much less 800 entries. Yeah. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and like I said, I sat down and I just knocked it out. And that's what I think that's also an issue we see sometimes in our community where people will quickly find some way to kind of bash you and kind of be like, you're trying to capitalize off of. And I'm like, so I try to go out of my way to be like, no, I'm not. But then at the same time, again, like you said, I mean, if I'm still working my 9 to 5, I'm running Black Business Boom. I'm now running this directory. I'm trying to run the Facebook group.
Right.
Like, I feel like I could give a lot more to the community if I didn't have the 9 to 5, but it takes money to not have the 9 to 5, right?
So this is something that I see way too often happening in Nashville's Black organizations. Almost always, there's a Black woman in this position, okay? Where you work in a 9 to 5, and then you're doing this other thing. And you're not even like getting paid for it. Like this is not the only time when I've seen this like setup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just like I just want you to know, like, there are people in the chat right now on LinkedIn and Facebook who are saying like, yes, this site is great. Like, we need to support, and like we need to support this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there ought to be. If there's how many people are in the group right now?
There are 19,300 people in the group. Okay. So I'm hoping for 20,000 in the next couple weeks.
Okay. So like, you know, I'm just saying, right? You've been doing all this community management for absolutely free, right? Yeah. You know, if you get if we get some small percentage, and I'm just telling you, like, I'm getting good feedback from the chat, but if we create a campaign to get some small percentage of that group to understand that, like, we start paying you like we pay Netflix, you know what I mean? And you just call it, you just call it like, it's you doing Black Business Boom, it's you doing Black-owned Nashville, and it's you operating a group. That's 3 jobs, but like we're getting 3 for 1, you know what I mean? And then we set up like a Patreon or something like that, and everyone just like, you know, puts you on auto renew, and then that's it. And then you quit your job, and then you really blow this thing up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's, you know, and
I think
that's where I am with it. I get frustrated because
Michael Baker agrees. Nicole Harvey says the website's great. My cousin's super good friend Leslie in Charlotte, North Carolina, says that she loves your lane. Bill Kaywood says he loves it. We got enough people. We're creating a campaign. That's it.
And that's why I feel like, you know, I got so frustrated last week because I was so overwhelmed. And I was like, I could go so much harder if I wasn't like, oh, I got to go jump on this meeting. Oh, I got to go, I can't.
Yeah.
It would be, I could really do a lot more for the community. And I have people who will reach out and be like, well, can you do this? I want you to come over here. Can you?
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I got a meeting for work, so it just, I'm hoping, by the end of the year to be transitioned to full-time management of all these
we really should figure out how to do this faster. I mean, I'm really not kidding about this. I didn't mean for the show to kind of go in this direction, but the more we're talking, and I'm just like realizing that like this is completely silly. There are other, I'm a Patreon member for Nash Severe Weather because like they're better than the news. It's like when the winds pick up and I'm like, yo, what's going on? That's who I go to. So I'm a monthly. You've been doing the work. You're a proven entity. Like this should not be a hard sell. So I think what needs to happen is Alfonso says he'll gladly pay for your digital services. So here's what we need to do. We need to circle up, get a little campaign going. You already have the most incredible marketing partner in T in the world. You know what I'm saying? So she'll know exactly what to do with this. And we need to set up a Patreon, and we need to we need to get the word out about what you're doing and get people to sign up so that this resource will be there. Just like Wikipedia, just like anything else that is a utility that we all use and we all need in the world, like this is needed.
And my thing is, honestly, if I could get, 300 of the businesses that are on the platform, the Black-owned Nashville, to just upgrade to pay $9.99 a month. But I mean, and that money is going toward getting advertising their business, on the platform. If I can get 300 people to sign up for $9.99, that would make me completely happy.
Okay, so it feels to me like the problem is really that you don't want to make the ask. So I think we can make a campaign to support you to make the ask. You know what I mean? Oh, can someone share the website in the chat? I can't do that right this second, but it's there it is, blackownednashville.com. Boom. Thank you, Mustafa. Okay. So look, we just need to do a campaign about this. And now is the time.
It is.
Now like today. You know what I mean? Like we need to jump on this right now because there's so many people that this is like an easy thing you can do. People are trying to figure out what can I do. Mm-hmm. This is easy. This is straightforward. Very easy thing to do. Okay. Any final things that you want to say? I'm all hyped up.
I just think, again, moving from Chicago to Nashville has just been incredible for me. And just the support that I've gotten overall has just been amazing, and so, but, there is like a level of support that's needed financially.
Yeah, I get it.
So I feel you. So it's all nice to like stuff, comment, but again, as if there's anyone who's listening in who has a Black-owned business, please go and list it at blackownednashville.com. Also, go check out blackbusinessboom.com if you're interested in learning more about the RISE system, which is our lead generation system. And if you're going to Black-owned Nashville, go ahead, upgrade, get the $9.99 package.
Come on.
That gets you a premium listing with pictures and videos and anything that you want to add, your social media, all that for only $9.99 a month.
Okay, straight up, we're doing it. We're running a campaign. We're gonna make this happen. This is like the easiest thing on earth. What else? What else do you want to just say about this incredible moment that we're okay? Yeah, come on.
One other thing, because we talked about this just briefly before we went live, is that I feel like a lot of organizations and corporations are looking for ways to support Black-owned businesses during this time.
Yes,
I think that it's really important that instead of them flipping a switch and saying, oh, you get free delivery on Black-owned or, whatever those things are, they find ways to pour into the organizations that are doing the work and have already done the work.
Right.
How can I partner with Uber Eats versus, them kind of doing their thing and take it away from what I'm doing? So in a lot of ways, when these larger platforms roll out things like that, it takes away from the directories that people like myself are already running and trying to get people to. So I'd like to see anyone with an organization or corporation that's looking for ways to support Black-owned businesses to reach out to me and see how we can partner with one another. And so I can be reached at Danielle at blackbusinessboom.com for anybody who's interested.
Has the Nashville Business Journal covered you yet?
They haven't.
Seems like we ought to fix that one too.
Okay.
Seems like we should fix that one too. I think we can fix that one too, because you know, I just think there's a list of things that are really easy that we need to like just resolve here.
I'm with it.
Because
I'm ready.
Yeah, no, you're doing the work. It's just too important. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's just too
like
important.
I said, I'm ready. I stay ready. So
yeah.
I stay ready for all the opportunities. So.
Okay. Well, look, we'll have to have you back on like after we've done everything, and like you're we'll just have you on regularly, because you're a bright light right now, and when everyone is trying to figure out what to do, it's so amazing that you were doing this work all this time unrecognized, so that when this moment arrived, you made it easy for us. Like that's how I look at it. You've made it very easy for us to do something that is really going to move things forward and really going to help everybody. And so this is just something that we need to do. So
absolutely. Yeah. I'm a strong believer, and if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Amen.
So
Amen. So to that end, y'all, it is definitely time to go follow Danielle at Black Business Boom on Instagram, at Black Biz Boom on Twitter. We're gonna be promoting this episode a lot. We'll be doing lots of clips of this episode, so don't worry. You need to be subscribing to me anyway, so that you can find out about these things when they happen. But make sure that the easiest thing to do is right now, you got some time, go follow Danielle at Black Business Boom on Instagram, at Black Biz Boom on Twitter. And thank you, Danielle, so much for being on the show. I don't mind self-promoting. I got my book. It's coming out on June 30th, Create and Orchestrate. So I just hope that everybody is putting that date on your calendar and is as excited as I am to get this out into the world. Please subscribe to my podcast, Marcus Whitney's Audio Universe, on Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, etc. And if you're watching this, you're already following me on socials, but if you follow me on one, why not on all? At Marcus Whitney, basically everywhere, and marcuswhitney.com. And y'all, that is it. I'm out for the rest of the week. I have some conflicts, board meetings, and things of that nature, some work. So you won't see me again until Monday. I'll give y'all a break. But I appreciate you hanging in there through the first round of technical difficulties, and just being here for this show. This is one of the most engaged shows we've had chat-wise. So Danielle, thank you so much for being here. And y'all have a great rest of the week. Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. And let's build a new normal.
Thank you for tuning in to Marcus